Senator Pete Lee, whose legal name is Sanford Edmund Lee, is a Democrat who represents Colorado Springs. He was elected to the state Senate in 2018 after serving 8 years as a state representative. The DA announced Tuesday that a grand jury charged Senator Lee with one count of providing false information about his residence. Lee's accused of registering to vote using the address of a little home he owns in his district, where he says he was living with his stepdaughter, and not the much bigger home he and his wife own on the other side of the city, which is outside his district. Now, to run for office in Colorado, a candidate has to be at their residence for at least a year. The charge is a Class 5 felony, punishable by 1 to 3 years in prison. Lee's also chair of the Judiciary Committee, so he's supposed to have a grasp of the law. His first court appearance is set for September 8th. Now, moving to other districts and states is nothing new. Hillary Clinton, who had never lived in New York State before buying a house there in '99, was accused of carpetbagging before being elected to the U.S. Senate in 2000. Mehmet Oz is currently facing similar accusations in Pennsylvania, where he's running for Senate. His Democratic opponent, John Fetterman, has been trolling Dr. Oz, calling him a famous resident of New Jersey. But they both fulfilled their residency requirements. Joining me now is Marianne Goodland, Chief Legislative Reporter for Colorado Politics. Thank you very much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. All right, so how serious is this? I mean, a grand jury's indicted. He's facing 1 to 3 years in prison?
Well, Senator Lee is 5 months away from being out of office. So this is a matter that's going to eat up the last couple of months of his time as a state lawmaker. It is serious. I mean, any time that you're facing jail time, especially if you're an attorney, that's something to think about.
Now, he's claiming, I guess, that it's politically motivated by the DA, but has he actually denied the allegation?
At this point, his lawyer and he are just awaiting for his time in court. He hasn't denied it. He hasn't said anything about it. They just said, we're headed to court and we'll let the facts play out in court.
Now, if Lee's home, if it is outside the district, should he even be serving as a state senator from that district? I mean, is this both a voting issue and a running for office issue?
It would be if he was running for office. The law of Colorado says that you have to be a resident of your district a year before, but it doesn't say anything about what happens after you're elected. So for him, there have been calls for him to resign from folks on the right. There's other folks who are saying, listen, he's got 5 months left to go, and why is the DA going after an issue like this when there are so many other bigger issues that he could be looking into right now?
Is the DA a political opponent of his?
He's a Republican. He's a conservative Republican, and I know conservative Republicans in Colorado Springs have been beating the drum for him to do something about this pretty much for the last 2 years. What's shocking about this is not so much that you had a state lawmaker who decided to use a residence that they don't live in for voter registration purposes, and that's the standard here. What's shocking is that somebody actually decided to file criminal charges on it. That is almost unheard of.
Well, yeah, but again, if that is the law, and he seemed concerned about it in that audio tape, right? It does seem that he had some recognition. Again, I have no stake in this. I have no idea if he's guilty or not. But it does seem he had some recognition that what he was doing was an issue, let's just say.
Yeah, he definitely did. There was a story that came out a couple of days before that audio that brought up this issue, and it was almost an afterthought in the particular story. It was actually about someone else, but they happened to mention, oh, by the way, Senator Lee has this rental property where his voter registration is listed. So people have been aware of this for at least the last 2 years, and they're just now taking this to the next step.
Yeah. And I think with the country talking about voter fraud, right, and having discussions about what is real voter fraud and what isn't real voter fraud, people have to be more careful these days when it comes to voting. They just have to be vigilant. And particularly someone like him, Judiciary Committee member, has to be thinking about things like this because the country is talking about trying to ensure that there is no voter fraud, no matter how much of a technicality it may be seen as Anyway, Marion Goodland, thank you very much for coming on the show. Appreciate it. I'm out of time. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.